If you like what we're doing here on the official, go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment down below as well. We're going to talk about Cortez Mills here. If you have a take, show it. Tell us your take. Maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong, but we'd love to have that conversation with you in the comments. Matt, I'll throw it to you. Cortez Mills, talk about this wide receiver.
Yeah, so he is currently wide receiver 12 on the on 3 composite, 105 overall, about 6'1.5", 170 pounds, out of Homestead, Florida, which is the 14th ranked team in Florida, and plays 43 strength of schedule competition according to Max Preps, which is pretty high end. He is currently uncommitted, but leaning towards Miami, with Florida and Oklahoma as well in the mix of things. So he was a pretty big junior riser, from my understanding. Put up a really fantastic junior season with 79 catches, 1,640 yards, 20.8 yards per catch, and 18 touchdowns. So really good deep downfield threat. That's really what you get to see on his actual highlight tape. But in his camp work, which came in the spring, I think he showed off a lot more as like a route runner. Because at the moment, on his game tape, it's just all these downfield bombs, him jumping over somebody, grabbing a contested catch. He's very aggressive with the ball in the area. He has fantastic hands, great body control. I really like him in that area of things. And when you look at him in camp, I think he's a pretty solid route runner too. Not a yak monster per se, but I think he's pretty solid after the catch. But it doesn't really go through any physicality. He can shake a couple people, but not too much. A big question mark on his profile is how athletic is he? We have zero data on him. I can't even get a mile per hour on him. So it's a huge question mark. I think he's an adequate athlete. We talk about this all the time now, but we don't care about athleticism as much a wide receiver. But there's still a minimum threshold that you want to see somebody hit, especially if you're looking at somebody who's kind of more of a deep threat. Non-athletic deep threats just don't work. That's just not a thing that translates to the next levels. Maybe a bit in college, but definitely not in the NFL. So, that's a bit of a question for me, but I do think he can still run shorter routes. He showed he can in camps. He won the Under Armour Miami Spring MVP camp, where there's a bunch of other top 20 wide receivers there in attendance, and he looked fantastic at it. So I think he's got a pretty well-rounded skill set, bit of a small frame, but I do think he kind of does have a wide receiver 1 skill set in college at least.
Okay, we like to hear that wide receiver 1 skill set. David, are you worried about this guy's explosiveness, and where does he sit for you?
Yeah, his athleticism is just a very unknown. So it's just, I guess I just have to trust my eyes, in which case I get a little nervous because
dangerous.
My eyes, man, I got bad eyes. I think he's got good feel. Like, we kind of talked about how he's one of these guys that's a football specialist, doesn't play any other sports, but he's seemingly at every camp. He's seemingly at every 7v7. I imagine he has a private wide receiver trainer as well. I actually don't know that off the top of my head, but just seems like he really, really works at it a lot. And I think he's got a pretty good feel overall. It seemed like he had a lot of success for his zone, especially on his tape. Like, he kind of always got to that open area. Could do a little after the cat, could do a little bit of everything. But yeah, I kind of wrote down, I didn't really have anything that, I guess his ball skills maybe was one thing, but I don't think he had a trait that was overwhelming. And yeah, without any athletic markers, that's just something we have to look for, I think. It sounded like he passed the eye test for the most part, though, at these camps. Like he was the MVP at Under Armour Miami over a lot of pretty solid receivers. I'll just list some of these quick: Joshua Moore, Javon Boggs, Nashawn Montgomery, Winston Watkins, and Wade Charles. So those are all kind of I think all those guys are around a 4-star receiver, and it seems like he outperformed them. So, and his production is really good, plays good competition. So at the very least, I think he's probably a good college receiver. Maybe he gets drafted. I'm thinking maybe if he does, it would be more of a day 3 type guy, but solid guy for sure.
Yeah. Well, I really don't have that much to add here. I think the ball skills are pretty nice. We do want to see separation though. And if we're not seeing some wide open stuff in the high school level, it's going to get tighter in college and NFL. So, we'll see about those numbers. But he's had so many camps, you'd think sometime we'll get some actual verified numbers on him somehow, some way. One thing David put on the show sheet, I just want to shout it out because it made me laugh. 7v7 merchant was to describe this guy, meaning like I just picture this guy who just like makes his way going around all these little camps, like collecting coins along the way or something like that. It was funny. Collect them all. So, all right. So that's Cortez Mills out of Homestead, Florida. Let us know what you think in the comments. I know there's some Miami fans that watch this. I know there's some Florida and Oklahoma fans that watch this. So let us know.